So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Tonight is about 11:42 p.m. and I had this thought that came to my mind of something that I shared in a speech that I did with college students. And it's pretty powerful. It's about Albert Einstein's the letter that he wrote to his 11-year son. And at this time, you know, he was apart from his estranged wife, and this actually took place following the completion of his paper on the theory of relativity. Now, a lot of us, if I were to ask you today, who was probably one of the most intelligent men that ever lived, most of us would say Einstein. But a lot of people don't understand that the things that Einstein faced when he was a kid going through high school and regular school was hell. Einstein was told by one of his instructors that he's one of the biggest idiots that you've ever seen in his life. Can you imagine the self-esteem of a person who had to overcome, who knew he possessed intelligence and he differed from most people, but the instructors who are basically paid to teach us and guide a kid's learning education couldn't recognize it, because basically what's taught in school isn't education. But that's another video. But what I want you to listen to, is this letter. And this, I think, will actually explain genius. It says, "My dear Albert, yesterday I received your dear letter, and was very happy with it. I was already afraid you wouldn't write to me at all anymore. You told me when I was in Zurich that it's awkward for you when I come to Zurich. Therefore, I think it is better if we get together in a different place where nobody will interfere with our comfort. I will, in any case, urge that each year we spend a whole month together, so that you see that you have a father which is fond of you and who loves you. You can also learn many good and beautiful things from me. Something another can't. Lost my train. Oh, something another can't is easily offer you. What I have achieved through such a lot of strenuous work should not only be there for strangers, but especially for my own boys. These days I have completed one of the most beautiful works of my life. When you are bigger, I will tell you about it. I am very pleased that you find joy with the piano. This and carpentry are, in my opinion, for your age, the best pursuits, better even than school, because those are the things which fit a young person such as you very well. Mainly play the things on the piano which please you. Even if the teacher doesn't assign those, that is the way to learn the most. That when you are doing something with such enjoyment that you don't notice that the time passes. I am sometimes so wrapped up in my work that I forget about the noon meal. Be with TT. Kissed by your papa. Regards to mama." Now, I want to focus on one part of this letter, and I'm going to read this paragraph again. He says, "Mainly play things on the piano which please you. Even if the teacher does not assign those, that is the way to learn the most. That when you are doing something with such enjoyment that you don't notice the time passes." Now, I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but that to me is a perfect definition of passion. When you do things that you love, there is no time. Actually, if somebody comes and interrupts you and takes you from the thing that you're doing you love, you become pissed. And Einstein later says that I am sometimes so wrapped up in my work that I forget about the new meal. The guy forgets about eating. He doesn't wait for lunchtime. But when he was in school, the reason why he was considered an idiot was because mainly he was not paying attention. He wasn't interested. People, if you have a chance, and first of all, there's no if you have a chance, spend your time to try to find a thing that interests you. And once you find the thing that interests you, put time into it. I can't stress that much. The world is filled up with people who are a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Become a master at what you're trying to do. Because when you become a master, you can get higher pay at a job. You can demand higher pay as an expert in that field. And you can make it to the promised land by focusing on that. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi wasn't an accountant. Michael Jordan wasn't a soccer coach. He tried to make it in baseball, but he did not make it. He is sitting on his butt now. Well, not just saying he's sitting on his butt, but he's sitting on his butt and he's not worrying about finance only because he focused on becoming a master at that one thing, and that was basketball. So my question to you, and reflecting on the letter that Einstein wrote, who was known as the most brilliant man that ever lived, what is the thing that you love? Think about it today. So, from that said, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Pass this on to somebody that needs it. And remember, we only get one chance in life. So don't spend your time in regret, afraid to go after that thing that you love doing. Take care.